Hi, it's time for Street Talk, your voice and your views on the issues in the news. China's support of Sudan's government has prompted a political party in the Netherlands to call for a boycott of the opening ceremony of the Beijing Olympics. The statement came hot off the blocks after Hollywood director Steven Spielberg quit as the artistic director of the ceremony. President George Bush says the US will not be trailing the filmmaker's decision to withdraw. Well, Carly in Canada thinks the Games should go on unimpeded. The Olympics ought to remain an event free from political maneuvering. In ancient Greece, the Olympics meant peace. Maybe it can mean the same in modern times. Adullar in South Africa thinks the world should not take part in the event. China has no workers' protection and has the largest child labour force in the world. Let's boycott China until it restores livable standards for its citizens. Muriel in Eton thinks the time for protests has passed. It's too late in the process to take positions which will only make the athletes lose. And we looked at the disturbing subject of sex trafficking last week, which sparked a lot of viewer discussion on our YouTube website. Ildiko in Hungary believes education and development of self-respect and self-protection in children, particularly girls, is essential. How can one protect herself from such indignities if she doesn't have a fundamental inner sense of being a worthy person and that be reflected by society? A viewer in Canada who goes by the name No Religions agrees there is a need to be better informed. I think we should all help stop such actions by speaking up and spreading the news. Education is important. Also, a viewer in the US who goes by the name Osama too writes about a bigger issue. As moral standards are broken down for profit, the degradation of the human being increases. Human trafficking is only part of a larger global trend. People of poorer nations continue to be denigrated and exploited in the global marketplace. Now we go to our Street Talk segment, Punchlines, where we look at some of the best cartoons from around the world. And Matt Worker's with us for that. He's the editorial cartoonist with the DC-based Politico.com. This is what we looked at. Hi Matt, I knew it wouldn't be long before we got back to the subject of energy.
Yeah, I thought it would be fun to sort of look at some that are talking about sort of the economics of energy, who's got it, who buys it, what happens. And the first cartoon we've got is by Mike Lester, who's a very funny American cartoonist from Georgia. And I think that he's visually captured the free market economy in a really lovely way.
Well, the supply demand is gouging, the poor guy's filling his car.
Yeah, stop doing that.
This next one's pretty colourful, of course. It's not the most pleasant sight here.
It's a beautiful drawing, though, really. I mean, if you get over the sight. Yeah, this is John Larder from Canada, and it's sort of, again, about the economics of energy and the biggest customers at the counter and who's serving it.
The Arabs, yeah, and of course OPEC diner is where they are, OPEC oil diner. Now your one here has got George Bush desperately trying to get his hand out of the jar.
Yes, this is one of those traps, you know, you have to let go in order to get out of the jar, but he's not willing to let go. I thought it was an apt visual metaphor.
Very subtle message as well, though, yeah. The last one here it's actually from Panama.
Yes, this is a Panamanian cartoonist, Angel Esquivel.
Arquedio Esquivel, yes.
And it's one of those elegant Latin American cartoons. It sums up this ethanol economy where people are using ethanol and it's maybe taking food off the table to fuel the cars.
Right, all the fuels, all the food's being converted to fuel.
Yeah.
Well, of course, I know this isn't going to stop. We will get back on to this subject.
It'll be around for a while. Yeah.
Great talking with you.
Good seeing you, Riz.
You can see Matt's cartoons on www.politico.com. That's it until next time. Do keep sending in your questions and comments and point us to anything interesting or amusing for Street Talk. Remember, what you see here isn't necessarily the view of Al Jazeera, and some of the content's been edited, but for time and space reasons only. And that's the talk on the street.